Yeah, I'm on Facebook. You gotta see which one. You know, you can scoot up, scoot in a little bit. TANIM. Yep. You was behind the walls? Oh no, I wasn't just barely. Okay.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
You can talk. It's live on Facebook. Just be like, oh, hello everybody. What up? Didn't know it was live. No, it's on YouTube. Oh, it's live on YouTube? Yeah, it's live. I know. Yeah, a longer one? Why do you need a plug? Oh. That's good. I ain't got no charger. It's all good. We'll come better prepared next time. I was looking at that. I couldn't figure out what it was, but now I see it's a microphone. Yeah. Okay. You ready? Yeah. Can't go with nothing.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby. I hope everybody is having a beautiful Saturday. Looks like we got a little clouds in the area. The North Dakota State Fair is going down right now, folks. If you go out there, stay safe, have some great uh, clean fun, and if you can't stay sober, catch your Uber. But today's show is being sponsored by Tied for Second Sober Living and New Freedom Center. Beds and waiting lists are available. Just call 701 527 4000. Also, tonight's show is being sponsored by Maya's Mission in Carrington, North Dakota. You can catch Maya's Mission at the State Fair. There's a new billboard they just put up in Minot, North Dakota to talk about the fentanyl epidemic and people that have lost children and loved ones. So check out Maya's Mission. Also, today's show is being sponsored by The Ridge in Fargo, North Dakota. If you're looking for treatment, you're looking for peer support services, contact The Ridge in Fargo, North Dakota. Also, today's show is being sponsored by Prairie Recovery Center in Raleigh, North Dakota. If you're looking for a bed, call Prairie Recovery Center. Also, today's show is sponsored by Serenity Bridge Sober Living, the House of Fade Barbershop in Mandan, North Dakota, Treasures of the Sea and Earth right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. And also, it's being sponsored by Resurrection Tattoo and Preferred Heating and Air and J-Dobo, the leading spice in the land. If you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoning, baby. Well, I got a special guest in the house tonight. I got my man, TANIM, with 6 months of sobriety. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right.
You having a good day?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming be on the show today. Uh, Me and this young man, we met in Burley County when I used to do meetings in the county jail. I used to bring in 12-step recovery meetings, and I remember meeting him in there. But how's life?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you look good.
Uh,
You ain't got no black eyes or nothing. You
yeah.
got some clean clothes on and some shoes.
Yeah. Face not all sunken in anymore.
Yeah. So you've been sober how long again?
6 months and 8 days.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you.
Well, on behalf of Tied for Second, you get a Tied for Second T-shirt. I gave you the Sober Talk shirt yesterday, and we're very proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
You keep doing the next right thing. You
Thank
know what I
you.
mean? So where are you originally from?
I was born here in Bismarck. Back when the old Sanford building was Med Center One.
Okay.
And kind of moved around a little bit from like here, Mandan, Enderlin. I lived in Montana for a year, and then I lived in Pennsylvania for a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful out there,
In
especially
Pennsylvania?
yeah, especially during the fall.
Yeah, my stepdad's from Pennsylvania. Yep.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do in Pennsylvania?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I played football whenever I was there, and that was like my thing. But
What position?
I was middle linebacker and I was a running back.
Okay.
That was back in like middle school.
All right. Yeah, the only thing I played was hooky. You know what I mean? I played a good game of hooky.
Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, it's a great day to be alive, sober, and free. So, how was it growing up for you in Bismarck?
It was all right. I mean, my perception of it was a little different than what I now see it as today. Like with a more mature mindset, like I can see that everybody was doing their best.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, I didn't really notice that at first. But yeah,
If anybody out there's listening, if you can hear us just fine, let us know. Comment. Make a comment. Mm. Um, Mom, dad, brothers, sisters, grandparents,
My grandma lives in Mandan. My mom, I grew up with. I have two older sisters and an older brother on my mom's side. I didn't really know my dad's side siblings that well.
Hmm.
Um, then I have an adopted little brother. He's pretty cool.
Okay. Did y'all have any spiritual life growing up? Church, anything like that?
I was baptized at the Spirit of Life Church in Mandan, and we went to that for a little while, but that kind of like we didn't go back to church after we like moved to Lisbon.
Okay. Um, so at what age did you move to Pennsylvania?
It was like the middle of seventh grade,
Yeah.
so
How was the big change?
it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to go live with my stepdad's dad, so my
Mm.
step grandpa, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a pretty nice place out there. It was a small little town,
Hmm.
Westfield. Um, wasn't really too much to do. I mean, that's yeah.
And how old were you first tried drugs or alcohol?
I started smoking weed when I was actually when we moved to Pennsylvania. I was like 13, 14.
Hmm.
And that kind of escalated to drinking a little bit here and there, and then I escalated to using meth whenever I was in high school.
How was that?
Terrible.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania?
No, this was back in Enderlin.
Okay, in North Dakota.
Yeah,
Okay, so how long were you in Pennsylvania?
just for about a year.
Okay, and what made the move there?
Um, I'm not entirely sure. My mom kind of explained it to me once, but it's not, I don't have that good of a memory for it.
Yeah.
But
And so you moved back to North Dakota and you tried meth.
yeah, that, yeah, it wasn't that smart of an idea, but
Hmm.
I don't know.
You know they say once the snake bites you, it's hard to get it off.
That is true.
And so did you graduate?
Yes, I did. I graduated high school in Enderlin. I believe it was like 2017, 2018.
How big was your class?
We had like 23 people.
23 people.
Uh,
And so what were your big hopes and aspirations after high school?
well, I was still using, so I didn't really have too big of hopes for myself. I mean, I didn't really see myself doing anything in particular,
Did you
but
fish? Did you hunt?
I played a lot of games.
Video games?
Yeah,
What was your favorite video game growing up?
growing up, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty? Okay. Why you ever thought about joining the military?
That was a plan, like whenever I was 18, but my felony charge at the time, and I had drug charges at the time, they didn't really allow you to join back, what was that, like 6 years ago?
So how old were you when you first caught your first charge?
My first charge, um, I was 19. That was my first drug charge. It was paraphernalia
Mm-hmm.
for weed.
Okay. And then how were you? I don't even know how old you
I'm 26.
are. Okay. So how was the years to come after that?
It was a steady spiral downwards. It wasn't really something I was too proud of. You know, I did a lot of bad stuff, and like I stole from my family. I lied to my friends. I lied to my family.
Did you ever get like just a job?
I tried to in high school for a little bit, but it never really worked out.
What was it? Working at a Dairy Queen or something?
No, it was I worked at the grocery store in a small town, and you know they don't really give you too many hours there.
Right. Okay. And so how did you survive? Your family took care of you or what?
For a little bit, and then that's when I started to steal and start to trade.
Hmm.
That's basically what I did, and I tried getting my own apartment after I graduated. It was
Hmm.
a low income apartment. It was only like $50 a month, and I still couldn't even come up with that, and so I got kicked out after a couple months.
Hmm. And that was in Bismarck or in Enderlin?
Enderlin,
Okay.
yeah, and my addiction was still at an all-time low.
Hmm.
Then my mom gave me like an ultimatum. She's like, "Well, you can go be homeless, or you can go to this treatment center.
Hmm.
It's because I'm not gonna have you live here and steal from me." And so I ended up going to treatment in Fargo for the first time.
What's the place?
Prairie,
Prairie
Prairie
Treats?
St. John.
Okay. And how old were you?
I was 19.
Okay. So how was it when you got there?
Uh,
Inpatient?
yeah, yeah, high intensity inpatient. You gotta go through high intensity, then low intensity, and so it's like a 60-day inpatient type thing. But it was a change, you know. I was, you know, really nervous trying to go into that, but like halfway through the first month, my insurance wasn't gonna cover it, so they kicked me out, and then I got back in like the next day because my mom did something with my insurance. She signed me up for like Medicaid
Mm-hmm.
and pushed it through for the next day, which
Mm-hmm.
was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was there for like a total of 90 days. Uh, it was fun. I mean, they took us to a lot of AA meetings, and my mindset at the time wasn't in the right place. You know, I was 19, you know, it's like I'm not even old enough to go into a bar. Why am I going into this room with a bunch of people that drink? You know, my problem was drugs,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not the case. Addiction is addiction.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And so, how long were you there?
3 months up in Fargo, and then I got out, went back home, and I relapsed the next day. And
So, when you were there, did you learn anything? Did you go to any meetings?
yeah, I wouldn't really.
Started any 12 steps?
I didn't really find any sponsorship up there, but we
Mm-hmm.
did go to the meetings, and you know, I wasn't really paying too much attention. I was just trying to get through it, you know. But after I got out, that's whenever I moved back down here to Bismarck. Stayed with
Yeah.
my grandma for a little bit, got a job.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Eventually I moved out and got my own place. Like I had my own car. I was sober from meth, but like I was still smoking weed and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually that caught up to me, and I lost my job. And
Where
then
were you working at?
I was working at Hardee's in Mandan
Mm-hmm.
whenever it was still open,
Okay.
and I worked there for like 3, 4 years. It was a good job.
I probably seen you there.
Yeah, probably. I was the morning shift person.
Mm-hmm. And so, still using?
I was still smoking weed and drinking,
Okay.
but I didn't use meth until like after I left that job.
Mhm.
And then I relapsed after I had my own apartment. Then I ended up losing that. I lost my car.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's crazy. They should put that on the meth bags. You know what I mean? You will lose everything.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You will become homeless.
Yeah. For real. You're gonna lose everything one by one. It's just gonna disappear.
Yeah. And like what they say is like you pick up right where you left off. Like I, even though I didn't use for that 3 years, but as soon as I picked it up, I started losing everything again, like right away.
Right. And so what happened?
Um, that's when I started using a lot more, and then I eventually started shooting,
Mhm.
and that was terrible. Started losing friends, bouncing around, I lived in a shed for 2 years,
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, that wasn't too fun, but the addiction's in it, you know, it takes over,
Mhm.
but it takes a while to get back into the right mindset, like, it took, like 4, 5 felonies just for me to actually, like, come to an understanding that I need help. I
Right.
can't beat my addiction on my own.
Right. And so what were all the felonies and stuff?
I got a possession with intent to deliver and manufacture, Schedule 2 opiate, paraphernalias, possession of meth, and then possession with intent to deliver and manufacture meth.
Okay. And so I guess that was when I met you.
Yes, whenever I was in jail for my intent to deliver Schedule 2 opiate.
Mm-hmm. Because I remember, I think I saw that you got out, and then I seen your mugshot again.
Yeah, I was in there for a couple months, and then my grandma bailed me out. But then after that, I started using right away, and I kind of went on the run. I was studying real hard for my drug patch, you know.
Mm.
But
What you know about that drug patch, boy?
I was on it for like maybe 2.5, 3 months. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I studied real hard for it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Uh,
I My plan when they put me on the drug patch was I'm gonna stay sober. You know what I mean? But then I heard that you could take acid, LSD, and you can drink on the drug patch and it won't show up. And so that was my plan. But by the sun coming up in the morning, I don't know. I remember I had my shirt off and I was sweating and I did every drug known to man. and the drug patch shriveled up like a little brown peanut, and I just plucked it off. Now I had warrants.
As soon as that comes off, they give you a warrant right away.
Yep. And so like, did you go from jail to sober living?
Oh, this time, yes.
Okay. So when you went to jail this last time, when was that?
That was I got arrested on January 13th or January 13th.
This year?
Yeah, of 2025.
Okay. And how
Um,
long were you in there?
I was in there for about 36 days.
Okay.
When I was in there, one of my type for second friends, he actually, I met him in jail, and he gave me this idea to sign up for drug court, it's now called treatment court.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the one who actually gave me that idea,
Mm-hmm.
and to try and better my life.
So you're in drug court now?
Yes.
So tell the people out there listening what drug court is.
It's a program where like you go in front of a judge every Friday. They ask you how your week was. They try and push you to do better for your life to maintain a long-term sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, they're pushing me, in the right direction. They kind of help you, reteach you how to like reconnect with society again.
Right. And so how'd you hear about Tied for Second?
Um, that was actually the treatment court, like their whole plan. They moved me into sober living right away because I didn't have a place to go to if I would have gotten out of jail. I would have been right back at the traps and probably not doing so well. So
And so you filled out the application in jail?
yeah, one of the drug court coordinators, he brought in the application and had me fill it out right then and there. And then I think Mike, he came in and he did the little interview thing over the little kiosk thing there.
Yeah. Yeah. Little short guy with a bald head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I happen to know him.
Oh,
Yeah. Now Mike's good stuff. He's always on top of stuff.
yeah.
So he did an interview and what'd he say?
That I would get a bed in one of their houses is whenever I had my sentencing day to get into treatment court.
Okay. When was your sentencing day?
Uh,
So you pled guilty?
yeah, to my charges. They're gonna be dropped down to misdemeanors though.
You didn't want to be in that county jail no more, huh?
No,
Walking in a circle?
yeah,
Yeah, I always said they should take away those tablets and give everybody Fitbit watches so you can count your steps.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, you 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 walk 10,000 steps, you know what I mean, in a half a day in there.
yeah,
Your phone voicemails 2,300 times.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Calling your friends like, hey, leave me some messages.
Right.
Put songs on
And
them.
then you finally get a message, and it's some chick, and she gives you phone time, and then you call her and curse out, and then she hangs up, and then now you're walking in circles again.
Yeah, just hard timing.
So, so you left court, you went to court,
Yep.
and you left there and went to sober living.
Whenever I got out, I was supposed to have a ride like waiting for me, but I don't know, something went wrong, so I ended up calling Mike, and he sent down our house manager to come and pick me up, and then they brought me straight to sober living.
Hmm. And you've been there ever since.
Great.
So, what was your expectations of the sober living before you got there? I mean, like, what did you think?
Uh, I wasn't really too sure. At this point, I was willing to give like anything a try. I
Hmm.
was going in it with an open mind, trying to better myself because I had a bad problem.
Hmm.
So,
And so, when you got there, was it nice?
yeah, everyone was very nice. We did the house meeting that day too. Whenever I got out, and we kind of introduced everybody. I got to pick my own room.
Who hosts the house meeting? The manager of the house?
Yeah,
Okay,
uh, Zach comes down and does it.
okay. And did you get your own room or you had a roommate?
I had a choice between a double room or a single room. I chose the single room.
Yeah, a smart man.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so you got your own space.
yeah,
Um, and I heard that you pay so much a month
yeah.
to live there, and then they supply your food.
Yes, which is a big plus. You don't have to worry about a food budget. Every 3 weeks we make a shop list, and they go to Sam's Club and get it. As long as it's at Sam Club,
Yeah, I don't know
they'll get
any
it.
other sober livings that do that.
I don't either.
And so, how much do you pay a month?
600.
600. Is it worth it?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
In a safe environment. So, how long were you on drug court for?
I will be on it until sometime next year.
Okay. So you got to go to court every Friday.
I'm on phase 3 now, so I go every other week
Okay.
right now.
And you get drug tested a lot.
Yeah. Up to 5 times, 6 times, 7 times a week. It could be.
Yep. And so if you mess up, then what happens?
Depends on the severity of it. Like they'll sanction you, and then like sometimes it's a day in the box where you got to go and sit in people's like bail hearings.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool. It could get to the point where you go and sit in jail for a weekend or whatever. But
I mean, do you have time you would have to back up
uh,
for the probation?
what do you mean?
Like, are you on probation?
Yeah,
And so if you mess up and revoke your probation,
360 days.
that's how you got to go do a year?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the jail.
Okay. In the county jail?
Yeah,
That'd suck.
prison's currently like at full capacity, so people sitting their prison sentences in the jail right now too. So
The most I did in county was like 4.5 months,
yeah,
and that sucked. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you just in that one little room. You know what I mean?
You get to go to the little rec room, but like that's just 2 rooms that you can go to and walk back and forth at.
Yeah. If anybody watching has any questions for us, post it in the comments. Um, so um, do you go to meetings?
Yeah, I try to go to as many meetings as I can during the week.
Okay. Do you have a sponsor?
Yes, I kind of been a little slacking on
Yep.
calling him, but
Yep. So what step you on?
step one.
Okay. Well, you need to get it. You need to get it moving, buddy.
Yeah, I have my step working guidebook and a how it works in Y book, and I just need to sit down and
Yeah. So the NA route.
yes,
Okay. Yeah, you need to get on that, buddy.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It says in the books of sobriety, it says, do not rest on your laurels. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because this is the time to fix yourself. You know, I tried anything to help better myself. You know, yoga, meditation, sweat lodge, church, anything. You know, shave one eyebrow off. Try something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how do you deal with like cravings or running across people that's got dope and you know them and stuff like that?
I try to avoid people that are still using. Like, I made a whole new Facebook account just so I can try and stay away from them. Um, Cravings, I got a whole network of support, like all of my brothers at my Tied for Second house. I have my peer support. I call him quite often. I mean, sometimes we go frolfing.
Okay. What organization he is a part of?
Uh, Face it together.
Face It Together?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, peer support's a big thing in North Dakota. Yep. And so yeah, maybe one day you could be a peer support.
I was thinking about that. Uh, Towards the like whenever I first got out, like I know how big peer support people are for people in recovery.
Hmm.
Like if they can do it, you can, prove that other people can do it too,
Right. Um, what's something that you don't miss?
Something I don't miss.
Yeah, of being high and not sober.
Something I don't miss. I don't miss fiending out. I really don't. Like I'd go on day-long adventures to try and make a come up. That I just don't miss that. I don't miss not having money either.
Yeah. They say when you quit uh smoking, drinking, drugging, gambling, you automatically get a pay raise at your job because now you're not spending money on that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been trying to save up for a car,
Right.
and I'm like halfway towards my goal.
Right. If you pull out a bicycle, I guarantee you the best shape I ever was in my life was when I lived in sober living and I rode bicycle everywhere, especially from down south to
Yeah.
up here. You know what I mean?
Especially when it's all uphill.
Yep. That's how I quit smoking cigarettes. That and Tai Chi. You know, you know what I mean? I did. Ask anybody that was in sober living with me. Every morning I was in the yard doing Tai Chi. You gotta you gotta get your chi together. You know what I mean? um, so 6 months, you know what I mean? If you stay sober a whole nother year, you wouldn't believe how your life would be.
I didn't even see where it would be right now. Like I didn't expect where I would be at today
Yeah,
whenever I got out of jail.
yeah.
Uh,
And so what's your favorite color?
my favorite color? Purple.
Purple? Royalty. Um, what's your favorite who's your favorite band or singer?
Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay, never heard of them.
Oh, they're a
Yeah.
rock band.
Okay. You're a rock and roll guy?
No. I listen to like everything. Try
Okay.
to.
Do you play any instruments?
I do not.
Me neither. You know what I mean? I can play the harmonica and the you know, I can beat on the wall in the shower with a beat. um, do you go to the tie for second softball games?
uh, I try to, yeah.
Yeah.
But I got a new commitment with a subcommittee in the NA
Okay.
area, so I bring a message in of the NA message into treatment facilities.
Okay. Which ones?
Heartview, Good Road Recovery. I think they got the women's prison
Hmm.
and a couple other places.
Well, that's what's up, brother. I'm proud of you. Need to get past that step one.
Absolutely.
um, are you an artist? Can you draw, paint?
No, not really.
Uh, which, if you had to guess or say or let the people out there know of any your gifts or your talents or things you're good at, what would you say you're good at?
I'm pretty good at video games. I
Okay.
streamed on Twitch for a little while. I had a gaming computer. I was on
So you know how to stream on Twitch?
yeah.
Just in general?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I was affiliated with Twitch. I was making money playing video games. I was on two semi-amateur pro teams for Rainbow Six Siege,
Hmm.
which was a pretty fun game.
Yeah. You know how I know you can become successful off of playing video games?
Wow.
Gran Turismo. You seen that movie?
Yeah, yeah. One of our house members actually has a steering wheel set up
Yeah.
like downstairs, and he's got Gran Turismo and yeah, it's
Right.
like with a VR headset and the steering wheel set up and everything.
Yeah, we don't play too many video games in my household. I think the last video game I played was like when Nintendo 64 came out. You know, I always wanted to be in the streets doing it for real. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Uh-uh. But we just got my son a Wii, an old
Okay.
school Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah, for his birthday. Just you know to play it sometimes and be a little active with it. But hey, everybody's got their own thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can help me set up a Twitch account and we can stream on Twitch.
That's
You know what I
possible.
mean?
Yeah.
And we can call it flailing with a twitch. Yeah. um, if you could visit anywhere in the whole entire world, where would it be?
Phew. I've never really thought about that. Hmm.
Vision that.
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I wouldn't mind checking out like Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I've seen it.
Have you?
Yeah. When I was in the military. So there's military bases in Japan.
Okay.
Yep. And so my daughter and her mom was stationed there, and I went there to visit them. Flew into Tokyo.
Nice.
Yeah. It's screens everywhere.
Yeah.
The whole buildings of screens. Yep. And in Japan, when you go in a diner and you order food, you order it in grams. That's how much rice. So they know how much rice you want. Yes. And then the level of hotness is like 1 through 10, right? I got two and I couldn't eat
Oh,
it. I hate to see what eight was like. You
yeah.
know, but that get your chi right.
Yeah.
Turn you into a dragon. Um, where do you see yourself in 6 months?
In 6 months? Um, I mean, hopefully better than where I'm at right now. But 6 months, I see myself finished with college.
Mhm.
Um, preferably a job in that line of work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to college for IT, so learning more about computers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I hope to have a car. I mean, I got all my fines paid off on like my license issue, so I just need to get an SR22 and then pay the reinstatement fee, and I get my license back.
Right.
But I don't want to pay for an SR22 if I don't have a car.
Right. Yep. What you know about that SR22?
So,
I had to get that too.
it's my first time actually having
Yep.
to get it, so
I guarantee you, 80 to 90% of the people that are in treatment or sober living or getting out of jail or prison have to have our SR22.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're driving with no insurance twice. Each ticket is $150, and it goes up 150 each time you get a new
Yep.
ticket. So I'd pay 450 just
Y'all stop driving under suspension.
yeah,
'Cause I see all kind of people getting driving under suspension.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's a good time to ride bicycle though, brother.
yeah. It is. It's beautiful outside. I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Some kind of freedom when you're driving from North Bismarck to South Bismarck on a bicycle.
it's all downhill.
Yeah, but going upwards, you start reevaluating your life.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I need to quit smoking. Yeah. um,
to get an e-bike for that.
yeah. Um, if anybody out there is struggling, they're in and out of jail, they keep relapsing, and if you had any words of wisdom, what would you tell them?
I would say keep coming back to meetings and set up a support system that you can rely on, like sober living. I
Hmm.
would I would highly suggest going to sober living. It's been a big help in my recovery.
Hmm.
Um, and don't be afraid to reach out to people.
Right,
Yeah. Everyone's willing to help. It's just you gotta ask.
right. What's your favorite game of all time?
Favorite game of all time
Oh, what's your favorite game now?
right now?
And which system do you play? Xbox or PlayStation?
I prefer Xbox, but I haven't been playing too much lately. I mean, I got my laptop that I downloaded my Steam account back on, so I mean, I play the South Park games. Those are pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Apex Legends is pretty fun. Rainbow Six Siege.
Mm-hmm.
Um, PUBG,
It's all kind of like,
shooting games.
yep.
Yeah.
What about virtual reality? You do that?
Um, I actually got to try it for the like first time at my sober living house with the steering wheel setup. Like he plays Gran Turismo 8, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and like the steering wheel actually has like pull on it too. So
Got
like
pedals and stuff?
yeah, pedals. It's got a shifter.
Is it a
Got
seat?
paddle. Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty cool.
Pretty intense?
Yeah, get a little motion sickness at first, but like you get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, we should organize a gaming tournament.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be fun.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Depends on what game though.
I mean, what game you think would be good for a good tournament?
Um, depends on like the player base we're trying to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get an Uno tournament going.
Yeah. Yep. You know you can gamble and play Uno in Las Vegas now.
Yeah, I saw that they added that to the
Do you
casinos there.
know why nobody wwants to play the game of Uno with Donald Trump?
Why?
It's because he keeps stealing everybody green cards. Well, it's something to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a lot of gamers out here.
yeah.
You know, the golden prize. You know what I mean? You get a sober controller with a, you know what I mean? With a free month of rent
Oh,
at the sober living.
that would be pretty cool.
Would it?
Yeah,
People would be joining all over the place.
exactly.
Yep. So the grand prize is we'll pay your rent, whatever sober living you're at, for 1 month.
That would be something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's bring all those gamers out. Melody Walker White twin says T. That's your friend?
Yeah, it's a old coworker.
Okay. Give a shot. She can hear you.
What up?
He says, "What up? You got any questions for him or me? Any questions for us? Type it in the comments. Ask him something. His deep dog secrets." Yeah, yesterday I had the opportunity to go with Hip Hop and Hope, and we did a CrossFit competition. at MRCC, Minimum Security, the farm,
Okay.
and it was great. This is the second one. They did one on Thursday at NDSP at the Walls, but I wasn't able to make that one.
Yeah.
But it looks amazing. They uh they just posted some pictures.
Right on.
Yeah. Um,
How long have you got sober?
almost 8 years.
Almost 8 years?
Yep, February will make 8 years.
All right. Any words of advice?
Yeah. Uh, one day at a time. Stay away from women. Uh, go to a lot of meetings and get a sponsor, and work the steps
Yeah.
and pray every morning when you wake up. Like physically get on your knees and pray. And start volunteering somewhere.
Being of service?
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, like, even if you got to ride bike to go do it, just find a church, the soup kitchen, something that you don't get paid for.
all right.
Yeah. And go to more meetings. No matter if it's NA, AA, something A, whatever, just go.
Yeah, CMA.
Go to conferences, go to camp. There's the camp out coming out. The AA camp out, District 7 at Eagles Park.
Okay.
I'll be DJing for free.
For free.
You know what I mean? Yep.
All right. When's that at?
It's the third week of August, I believe.
All right.
Yep, third weekend
The third weekend.
at Eagles Park.
All right.
All you need is a tent. You know what I mean? You can come out there, take your shoes off, you know, do the whole nine. Yeah. I'll bring a generator. We could do a tournament out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can tell ghost stories. They have meetings out there, speakers, games, volleyball. You ever play volleyball?
No.
Okay. Well, you can try. All you gotta do is put two hands together and hit it.
All right.
You know what I mean? You gotta try new stuff. You know, get you some knee pads. um, Melanie, you got any questions for young T? We're waiting. You're on the spot. We'll wait a couple minutes, see if we got have you ever overdosed?
Uh, I think so, yeah.
Right.
I don't really remember it too much. I just remember I was walking down the street with a flashlight shining at people.
Yeah. What was the craziest situation you remember in the dark days?
Craziest?
Yeah.
Ooh. Uh, remember one time, uh, this is back whenever the budget was still a thing,
Hmm.
but I was held there for like 3 days and I got stabbed in the leg.
Oh yeah?
Uh,
Hmm. Held for ransom at the budget end.
yeah, I guess.
I can't even get an icy from across the street.
Yeah,
But that's a grimy, dingy place. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
uh,
Ain't too many hotels you can stay at got soggy carpet.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
Boy, if them walls could speak. Yeah.
you're saying a lot of crazy stuff.
Mm. Um, well, I'm glad you're still alive, brother. You know? Um, any people you see that are still using, or you see a lot of people that's getting sober?
A lot of my old friends are started to like get sober. I see a couple of them at meetings. Some of them are in treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there are still a lot of people out there still using, and I pray for them. Uh, Whenever they want to get sober, you can't really force someone to get sober. They want to have to want it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But
I feel that to the T. You know what I mean? Um, do you believe in God?
to an extent,
Or in a higher power?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Um, it doesn't matter what your higher power is. You know what I mean? That's your business.
yeah.
Uh, do you pray or no?
Um, every now and again, I haven't done it like every morning,
You
but
should.
Yeah,
Some magic starts to happen. I'm just saying, got to keep them demons off us.
right.
You know what I mean? Um, well, let's pray right now. This is how you do it. God, thank you for waking us up today. Thank you for another 24 hours sober. We're forever grateful for this new life and our life being steady in the right direction. I ask you, Lord, just to take over our day, me and young T, and uh and take away our fears and anxieties and direct our thoughts as you should have us be. I ask you to look over all our sobriety brothers and sisters and their family and friends and everyone that is getting sober, staying sober, or is not sober yet. We're reporting for duty, God, to do your work, to do your purpose for us, to do thy will and not our will. In your name, amen.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And you can start saying that. And then I got some other prayers you can say, like the third step prayer,
Yeah.
the seventh step prayer, the St. Francis prayer, the serenity prayer. You know what I mean? Because I never heard the serenity prayer until I went to treatment.
The full version of it or the shorter version of it?
I don't know. I thought it was all the same.
There's the short version that we say at the meetings, but
Yeah.
then there's a longer version. Like you'd have to look it up. I don't know it
Right.
off the top of my head.
Right. I mean, any of it. I never even heard of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was I when I was in treatment at New Freedom Center, at the end of every day of our session, we would all hold hands and close our eyes and pray, and I would peek and read it off the wall. They had it in a little picture. Okay, we might have a question here. Dakota Gann, director of the United Way in Dickinson. What's up, my brother? Uh, Shoot us a question. You got any questions for young Tatum and brother Brandon about anything? Ask us a question, brother. Ask us a question. Anybody. We're going to get a question answered today, and I'm determined. Okay, what we got? Oh, me. I posted. Anybody out there? We're open for questions and answers. Ask us some questions about sobriety or anything. Oh, here we go. Dakota, first question of the day. What is something you've learned about yourself through your journey of recovery? You want me to answer or you to answer first?
You can go first.
Okay. Well, something I learned about me in my journey through recovery is that I used to be a very emotional person, and I didn't realize that. You know what I mean? Somebody could text me something, it could be 3 words, and I'd drive across the state to go kick their door in and to go to jail. You know what I mean? I also discovered that I'm an addict and I'm an alcoholic. Because at first I didn't know. I was like, well, am I an addict or am I an alcoholic? You know what I mean? But I can tell you one thing. If I start drinking, 30 minutes later, Brother Brandon wants drugs. You know what I mean? So I'm all of that. I got all the isms. You know what I mean? I do have a spiritual malady in my soul, and I try to fill it with things. But the only true thing that satisfies us is not money, it's not women, it's not winning games, it's not getting college degrees, it's not buying material things, it's not getting high, it's not drinking. It is helping other people in some way, shape, or form. That's the only thing that truly satisfies that thirst, that emptiness, in our soul. And I also learned that I'm good at speaking. You know what I mean? Uh, I've healed from a lot of my trauma. You know, and that no matter how good you do in life, how many people you help, you're always going to have a hater trying to say something negative. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And and I love it because it's free marketing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep my name ringing in the streets. You know what I mean? But I feel that you got to find your own niche in recovery. All you can do is get suggestions, but there's a there's a lot of people that's doing this thing, and so you got to find your own way. But there is a lot of people. There is a lot of people that can just tell you how they did it, and maybe some of that will work, or maybe it won't. You know what I mean? You just got to find your way. But not going to bars, not going to clubs, exercising. You know what I mean? And that God's got us. What you worried about today, you won't even be worried about it 2 weeks from now. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah.
God's got us, you know, and we have a voice in our head that lies to us in our own voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what they talk about when they say getting in your own head. You know what I mean? Get out of your own head, youngster. And and that and that money's not everything. God will provide what you need, not always what you want. You know,
That is true. Yeah.
and so you will be able to make it. And then you'll start getting things. You'll get a car, you'll get your license, you'll get your SR-22, you'll get a place to live. But how do you keep it? That's the question you got to ask yourself. You know what I mean? It's like on a racing video game, and you didn't pass the continue time thing,
Yeah.
and so how do you keep hitting that continue? You know, and so you got to give back. You know, I always say my job is my employment. That's what I get a paycheck from. And my work is what I do to give back to the universe. You know what I mean? And so that's how I was able to balance that out for real. Because I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? And if I don't keep reminding myself what I'm doing, am I working? I mean, am I at my job or am I giving back to the community? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's a thin line you have to pay attention to as you continue on in your path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. But just think of things that you've never tried before that you always wanted to try. You know what I mean? Join a kung fu class or something. You know, whatever. You know what I mean? Anything that you ever want to do, go back to school. You know,
Yeah.
learn new things.
People watch at Walmart.
Yeah, life isn't over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just the beginning. You know, but I learned that we must pray and we must find a connection with a higher power.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Whoever your higher power is, that's on you. You know what I mean? But as long as you stay connected to it, then you can hear Angel Rain says, so proud of you. Hello, Angel.
What up?
You got any questions for us? If you do, ask us the questions and type it in the comments. Okay, so what have you learned on your road of recovery?
What have I learned about myself?
Yeah,
Uh, that I'm really caring. Like whenever I was using, I was selfish. Everything was about me.
right.
But I do a lot for other people whenever I'm, you know, sober and I'm recovering right now. But that I'm a very caring person.
Hmm. Well, that's what's up. The real you.
Yes, the
You know
real
what I
me.
mean? Because once you start putting all those substances in your body and poking holes in your body, that's when all them evil spirits start getting in.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
that's one of the main things I was afraid of about getting sober is like because I didn't know who I was. I was, so lost in my addiction. I had no idea who the real me was at that point.
Hmm.
That was a scary thing.
Yeah,
But starting to slowly learn who I am.
yeah. You gotta learn. It's different phases in recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get the eating phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of went a
Yeah.
little too much
You
on
get
that.
the energy drink phase.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Then you get the money phase. Then you want to save the world. You know what I mean?
Gonna take over the city.
Yep. And then you start getting horny and you want to find love at a treatment center. You know what I mean? This is gonna work, baby. You know? Uh but yeah, it's different phases, different levels. In February, I'll be 8 years sober and clean, no drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. And every year is a different level for me, different things. Now I've been blessed by God and granted with a pardon. So uh, all my crimes have been pardoned and
Expunged.
reversed, not guilty.
Oh,
And so you can't. I mean, nothing is impossible when you're sober. You let a higher power into your life. You know what I mean? And you let the spirit guide your life. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And once a good spirit comes into you and starts to guide your life, magic starts to happen, miracles start to happen. And so it's a real thing. You know what I mean? Um, do you ever see yourself in jail again?
No, I don't see myself there. Absolutely not. No.
Right. Um, what I also do is like I speak my story a lot, and I speak as a voice in recovery, and um, it does two things. One, it reminds me that I never want to live like that again. It reminds me of that pain, that emptiness, that darkness, And then
Yeah,
also, if anybody else out there is listening, maybe they can relate with something and want to change their life too.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's something I gotta work on is like I gotta sit down and like write my story down, or just try and go off the top of my head or something, like go and share my story somewhere.
Well, just start working the steps,
Yeah.
and more things about yourself will be revealed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And start listening. Start listening to people talking in meetings and people the things they're saying that you can relate to, and start soaking that in, and start listening to God once you connect with Him. Usually, uh, Creator, God's, the Lord, your higher powers will is the thing that comes with the least effort. Like today, we ran into each other at a meeting yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't too much of effort for us to do this. It was like,
Yeah.
call me tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. I'm coming to pick you up. Okay, I'm coming to pick you up. And now here we are.
Yeah.
That's God's will. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got here. We got another question from Dakota. What do you find most difficult about recovery now that you're sober?
What do I find the most difficult?
Yeah.
Um,
Now that you're already sober.
Now that I'm sober, let's see here. Most difficult thing that hmm.
Stop stealing hubcaps.
You
You know what I mean?
know, stealing copper? No.
Yeah.
No, most difficult thing I would say is I would probably say reaching out to people. Like it's still a hard thing for me to do is like asking for help.
Hmm.
Uh, that's always been an issue. I always don't want to, seem vulnerable or something,
Yeah. That's that ego.
Yeah.
Your ego is not your amigo, my friend.
I mean, I would always give help, but like asking for it's a whole different story. That's something that I got to work on.
Right.
Maybe pray about it.
Just try it. You know what I mean? Practice makes perfect.
That is true.
Well, not, but it makes progress. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Practice makes progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Um, so that's definitely a good thing. You know.
What about you? What's
Uh,
your hardest? The
what do you find most difficult about recovery now that you're sober? Not beating people up and throwing them in the trunk of my car. No. Uh, weight loss, eating, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
through recovery, you know, people gain weight. I mean, my weight has been up and down. I mean, I'm down right now, but throughout my almost 8 years, it's been up and down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, but it's different levels. You know, drinking too much caffeine. You know, or
Good diet.
yeah, um, uh, taking on too many responsibilities or too many events. You know what I mean? Not saying no. That's one thing that's pretty difficult. For things that because I want to do everything. You know what I mean? I want to be here, there, everywhere because I enjoy it. And so balancing that out, being able to say no. You know what I mean? Because you can't make everything, even though you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want to go to everything. You know, I want to be there. I love experiences, but you can't make everything. You have to realize that you know,
Set your limitations.
yeah. And so I guess that's one of the biggest difficult things for me is figuring out what I'm gonna make it to or sign up to. You know what I mean? Because at first, like when you're in recovery, you're alone. I mean, you're not alone, but you're single. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Most people, and I mean, you could just do recovery stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I did for a lot of years. I just dedicated myself to doing stuff that's going to better me and be involved. Uh, and then, you know, some people stay like that forever. You know what I mean? And then, but some people get blessed with a family. You know, and some people already have a family and things like that. So uh, you have to make time for your family. You know, and so I guess time management.
Mm.
Time management. That's my answer. Uh,
I have a little sheet with it. It's got my week on it from 10 or 6 to 10, and it's a
mm,
time budget thing, and you can fill it out, see where you have opening times,
right.
you know.
Uh,
Helps out with the ADHD brain mindset, when you actually sit down and write it out and you can see it right in front of you instead of trying to think about when you have free time.
hmm Yeah. I got a couple calendars I manage on a daily basis. Well, yeah. I hope that answers your question, Dakota. Any other questions out there? Ask us anything.
What have you found out that's your new favorite hobby to do now that you're sober?
Hmm. Well, I really like working out, but I've been so busy I haven't been I haven't worked out in like a month.
Yeah.
Um, I love traveling. Uh, Seeing nature, camping, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Uh, Doing this show,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Hanging out with my son, going to his Cub Scout events, you know? Um, I really love doing sober talk stuff, you know? Um, and helping people.
Right on.
Yeah. And going places, and talking to people and being a voice, So I would say that's something uh, that I really like, you know?
Absolutely.
And
I,
s- and so you're 26?
yes.
Man, you got a whole life ahead of you. I wish I was 26. Man, don't y'all wish y'all was 26? Man, you are blessed, brother, to be able to get on this path at this age. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? You got a whole life ahead of you. When I was 26, I just had got out the military and moved back to New Orleans.
Oh,
And I was wilding.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got kept getting blessed though, because blessings will come. Get this great job, you know what I mean? These great opportunities, and we always mess it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Can't get right, you know? Uh, but it's something we were missing. That's what I found in my sobriety is like something I'm paying attention to. I was missing something. You know what I mean? And when you miss stuff in a blessing, you're gonna lose it
Yeah,
every time. And so I spend a lot of time, just visioning, visioning stuff that's happened to me in my life, things and situations and opportunities and things that come about now. Um, he said, real talk, helping others truly helps yourself. It does.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. Uh, yeah. So I'll be at that 5K run for Hope's Landing in Dickinson, North Dakota, coming up. Uh, in next month or no, September, I think. I was there last year. Uh, so we'll be there for that, you know. But Dakota Gant, that's a good man right there, you know. We've done a few events together. We keep running into each other. He's been on the show. So Dakota, let me know when you got some events going on. I'll be there. uh, so what are your plans for the rest of the weekend?
The rest of the weekend, I work in the evenings.
Mhm.
Um, Other than that, nothing really too much besides, homework, studying,
Mhm.
work, and hopefully go frisbee golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played real golf for the first time ever in my life this past Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, in a tournament.
Oh, how'd you do?
I mean, I did all right for the first time somebody playing golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I got some practicing to
Did
do.
you Happy Gilmore it?
Yeah. That's what I told myself. Man, I watch Happy Gilmore a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm a fool at miniature golf. You know what I mean? But it's fun. But man, they drink a lot of alcohol playing golf. What's up, Trevor? Trevor, ask us a question. Ask us a question, brother. For me or him or both of us. We'll answer it. Shoot us a question. No, we don't steal from Walmart no more.
Yeah, yeah, I just found out actually that I gotta wait till this next coming February to go and get my ban lifted from Walmart.
I'm banned from Cashwise and Captain Jack's for life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And M&H.
M&H?
Yeah, the
And
same people,
Mandat? Oh,
the same people that own Cashwise own M&H, I think. It's the same corporation or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, they told me never ever, ever, ever come back into our stores. I'm a changed man.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's hard on these mean streets, man. I'm trying to survive.
Yeah. Walmart is a necessity of life right now, so I mean, getting that lifted was gonna be a huge like goal for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's good. Well, you can start growing your own vegetables. You know what I mean?
eh,
Ask your house manager if you can put a garden in the backyard.
we actually do have little two things. We're growing tomatoes and cucumbers right now.
There you go. You know what I mean? Trevor, ask us a question. There he goes. What is one thing you have found in your recovery that has surprised you?
One thing that I've found in my recovery that has surprised me.
Is that the human body does heal itself.
Yeah.
You know, the human body will regenerate itself. And how you felt like you were old, if how you feel like that you feel old and washed up and you know what I mean? You did a lot of drugs and you put a lot of stuff in your body. The human body will re-heal itself. You just gotta take care of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that surprised me a lot.
Yeah.
That I was able to quit smoking cigarettes. Man, I started smoking when I was 9 years old.
Really?
And I stopped at age 35. I don't know how many years that is, but it's quite a few. Uh,
Yeah, 26.
yeah. And so whatever they put in them cigarettes is stronger than crack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you quit smoking cigarettes, you become a happier person.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I we are amazing organisms for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I'm a one of a kind organism. I can tell you that. I got my own category. Yeah.
One thing that surprised me
Yeah.
is that my memory used to be terrible. I
Mm.
mean, it still is a little bit, but like it's it's came back to me a little bit to where I remember smaller details now, and before I used to just forget it completely. I'd need little keynotes to like make me remember something, and now it's like I can just recall on something, you know.
I got a pretty. I don't have a photographic memory. I got a videographic memory. You know what I mean? I actually can think about something and I see it in motion. You know what I mean? For real. I'm not good at names though. You can tell me your name 10 times in one day, and I'm not gonna remember it.
I think I'm at 4 today.
Yeah. But I don't forget a face. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's one thing I do not forget is a face. I can remember somebody from years ago. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a small world.
Did you know that every face that you see in your dreams is not a made up face? It's someone that you've seen like just in crossing or something.
Yeah.
Well,
In a dream.
yeah.
So I could tell you dreams that I had for years when I was in the military, but I used to drink a lot of Hennessy. So I used to have like these wicked dreams. But every night I would dream of a woman killing me and I could never see her face. It was blurred.
Oh.
And it was all different situations. Like it'd be like I'd be walking down the sidewalk and somebody pull up, roll the window, be like, "Hey, come here!" And I stick my head in it, and they're like, "Shoot me," or like just different scenarios.
Yeah.
And so I don't know who that person was because they never showed their face. You know what I mean? But I know somebody that killed me internally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was her. uh, okay, what are three things in recovery you are you grateful? Well, hold up, we got to go back. If you had to pick from uh, Teresa Ekdahl dash Gidry, if you had to pick your favorite thing or experience about recovery, what would it be?
uh, my favorite thing about recovery, personally, is finding myself again. I was lost for so long. Trying to make my way, and just what nothing was working out. But like now that I'm finding myself again, it's a whole new experience.
Mhm.
Oh,
Uh, Mine was to be able to cry again.
mm,
You know what I mean? Every time I watch the movie Rudy, you seen that?
no.
Rudy, Rudy, about the kid that played for Notre Dame. You should watch it.
All right.
Remember, Rudy, Rudy.
Rudy.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's about football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every time they carry him off the field, boy, I start tearing up. You know what I mean? I was a young kid once with that dream. Now, so one thing, the favorite thing or experience about recovery, what would it be? People accepting me for a human being.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like people inviting me over to their house, to have dinner and stuff. Don't you know I'll steal out your medicine cabinet? you know? And and, and so me changing myself and people seeing the goodness in me. You know what I mean? Because I was a bad. I mean, we all have you know character defects that we fall into
Mm.
whenever we're in our addiction. You know what I mean? And so um, I remember people being scared to talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't come hang out with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it feels good to be able to especially like people that are like successful people. I don't know what you want to call successful, but professionals and people that uh you know either suffered at one point from alcoholism or addiction, or they had family members and people that is not even uh suffering from alcoholic addiction, but that tell me, man, thank you for all you do. You know what I mean? Or I can't picture you being the person how you was before.
Yeah.
Like, but I was though. You know what I mean? And so it's because the reason they say that is because I'm a whole new creation. I've been baptized in the spirit, the sunlight of the spirit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's amazing that you can change your life and restart it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can change your life and root up that old tree that you were rooted in of fear, jealousy, envy, guilt, shame, and throw that away and replow that soil and plant a tree of faith that produces fruit like love, joy, happiness. You know what I mean? Truth. Things like that. And it's just so, I mean, it's just crazy. It's like I'm living in a dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh, and so that was some great experiences. Being able to rekindle relationships.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Um, I have a lot of things that I prayed for a long time in sobriety, and I wrote it down, and those things came true. You know what I mean? They came true, and so you got to be ready for when your blessings come. You know what I mean? They'll come like a Hail Mary pass in the Superdome on fourth down. And if you don't turn around and catch that blessing and be ready for it, it's gonna hit you in the back of the head and bounce off.
Yeah.
Incomplete. You know what I mean? And so when you might, I mean, you might pray for something and you might get it in a day, a week, a month, years. You know what I mean? Uh, but a lot of things when you're really connected with your higher power in your heart, and creator feels it in your from your heart, and you do everything from your heart, I guarantee you things will come. You know what I mean? And and it's hard for us because I know for me, I messed up so many blessings that when a blessing does come, some people don't even know how to accept it or handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't know if I'm doing this right. And so I had to get over that. You know what I mean? I had to get over that and believe that this this all comes with working on yourself, getting connected with a high power, a God, a creator, whatever you want to call him, and um, and being the best version of you. You know, don't ever. And one thing I've learned about myself is that I look back and like I would get a blessing and I get my life going in the right direction, and then I would always stoop back down to other people's level. You know what I mean? Just to go hang with them or be with them. And I would go back into that default mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the time. And so we gotta stop doing that. You know what I mean? But I'm proud of you, brother. You're doing a great thing with yourself. Um, and keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yep. And Cassandra Faith says the big book of recovery promises, page 83. They are real. So the promises do come true. It, they read that in every meeting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, listen to fall. I think that was. Was there any other questions? That was the one about the experience. What are three things in recovery are you grateful for today?
Three things I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm grateful for my family. They're I think that they're starting to trust me a little bit more than whenever I was using. Um, let's see here. I'm grateful for being sober. I'm thankful for Tied for Second, especially for, taking their chance on me at their sober living house.
I'm thankful for New Freedom Center Time for Second as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Um, and I'm grateful for the sober community in Bismarck. Like,
Right.
it's huge here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's way different than when I was in Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a big community here, and everybody's for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It takes a whole tribe, you know what I mean, to heal people. And it's great. And I got connected with that tribe. Ryan Dearest says, out with the old and in with the new.
Absolutely.
And my mom says, heart, heart. Yeah. Um, what's the last movie you saw?
28 years later.
Okay.
I actually went to the theater and saw it.
When was that?
Uh, on on
So
Tuesday
it's a new
actually.
movie?
Yeah, on
Okay.
Tuesday is when I went to see that.
Yep. We went to the movies last Tuesday too. We went to see the new Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's something I want to go and see.
You can't meet $5 nights on Tuesday.
That's $5 or $6. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you pay $55 at the casino.
Yeah.
Wear a trench coat when you go to the movies, folks.
Wear a fanny pack.
Yeah. Bring some tacos. But see, when I was growing up in New Orleans back home, we used to have like the theater, like the Grand, and it was in the mall. But then across the street from there, we had the Dollar Show. So after the movies leave the mall, they go to the Dollar Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so for $1, you can go see a movie.
Mm.
Yep, and Yeah, we used to love going to the dollar show. I seen a lot of things happen in that dollar show. uh, do you work tomorrow or you're off on Sundays?
I do work tomorrow. I work tomorrow evening.
Okay. Have you ever been to church?
The Evangel Church?
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times, yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's my church. Shout out to Evangel.
Yeah.
Shout out to New Song as well. I used to do my show for years in New Song's basement.
Yeah.
Yep. And Pastor Kurt, man, he's great. You know, he gave me that opportunity to continue doing that, and I'm forever thankful.
Yeah.
You know, um, how are you going to school in person or online?
It's all online.
Okay, and what would your degree be?
It's not a degree, it's a certifications for IT and tech, like my CompTIA Core 2, CompTIA Core 1, networking, security. There's an AI course that I'm taking as well.
You need to teach me about all this stuff. You know,
Yeah.
for
And
real.
there's one more. Microsoft gives out that one too.
Okay.
So
Did you have to pay for it?
college,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I got the
Did you get a grant or something?
yeah the Pell Grant or Bell Grant, one of those ones, and then I took out a loan through a company that's with the place where I'm going to do my schooling.
Okay.
So it's only like a $20,000 like 7-month program. So
Hmm. Well, that's what's up, brother. Well, I'm pretty sure one day you'll be hacking into somebody's mainframe.
yeah.
Yep.
They also help with job placement too at the school I'm going to.
Yep. Okay, we got another question.
Right.
Uh, Ryan Dearest, if you had one word of wisdom for anyone gripped by the chains of addiction, what would it be? What helped you break those chains the most in your life?
Um, treatment was one of the things that helped me like understand that I did have a problem. Like I never used to think I had an issue,
Mhm,
everybody else had the issue with me doing it.
mhm,
But treatment's a big help that helped me get the grasp of what I need to do to try and better my life and what exactly I have going on, you know?
mhm. Well, I'm glad that's worked for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh, my answer to that would be uh, just stay still, man. You know what I mean? Like stay still and hang around with the sober people. You know? I mean, when I say stay still, I mean pause, reflect, but try something new. Because either one or two things gonna happen. You're gonna die or you're gonna get locked up. You know what I mean? Especially if you got kids in this world. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Uh if if you're still a human being, somewhere in you inside of you wants to be part of your kid's life.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be even your kid. Just pray for it. You know what I mean? And continue to get people to pray over you about that. And if you stay sober, if you fight the urge to want to get high and you just do whatever it takes, you know what I mean? I guarantee you that the things that you're getting high or drunk for to cover that pain up will be healed. That's one thing I know for sure. But God, God may bless you with something else. You know what I mean? Like if 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 you're not in the position or to be a parent for your biological child or children, um, God might bless you with a child that ain't yours. You know what I mean? That you get to use that goodness on, that part of your heart. And so, I mean, for years, I couldn't see my daughter. You know what I mean? I could never talk to. When I got in this program, uh, I hadn't talked to her in 5 years, and over time I was able to make amends. Um, but it still takes time to heal. Everybody, we want that instant gratification.
Yeah.
You can mess your whole life up in a half a second. It'll take you 16 years to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, but if anybody's stuck in the grip, um, they, I mean, they haven't hit their bottom yet. You know what I mean? It took me till I was 35 years old to hit my frozen bottom. You know what I mean? Of life, where everything just went wrong. You know, but I mean, some people they can't shake that monkey off their back. You know what I mean? Um, but you got to try something new. You know what I mean? You got to try something new, and you got to see where you keep going wrong. You know, and once you figure that out, I think things will start working in the right direction. You know what I mean? You got to change jobs. You know, get a simple job. You know, get a job where nobody around you. Get a job with sober people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get a job at a church. You know, uh, get in a sober living and stay hanging out with those people. You know what I mean? You just gotta change. You know, stay away from toxic relationships.
Yeah.
Toxic relationships will take you out the game every time. You know, don't go back working in the oil field as soon as you get sober. I've seen that happen a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and get out. Oh, I'm healed now. I'm gonna go back working in construction. You know, so everybody's getting high in the porta potty. You know, and I mean, you got to realize and know that you got a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh, try everything. Go to treatment, go to counseling, go to sober living, uh, fasting,
Mm.
you know, just try to trick your demons, you know?
Yeah.
Uh,
Therapy helps too.
yeah.
You know.
Just go to sleep at night. Serious. I mean, when I first was able to start going to sleep at night and waking up, like I would go to sleep when I was in sober living, 10 o'clock at night, and wake up automatically at 6 a.m. Man, I almost cried. You know what I mean? I remember being so high that I was up for so many days that I was miserable that I was like, man, I just wish I could go to sleep. You know what I mean?
But still want to use.
Yeah. Man, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But but yeah, you gotta have a major spiritual experience to do this. And that, you know what I mean? If you have a major spiritual experience, it can come slow, it can come fast all at once. But you gotta try it. You know what I mean? If not, it's gonna be the same cycle.
Mm.
I seen a dude in prison yesterday when I went into the prison. Man, for the last 8 years, I've been knowing him. He goes to prison for like 2 years, gets out for a week, and goes back to prison. And that been going on for the last 8 years. And I told him, I was like, man, what you gonna do different this time? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do different? You know? And so none of us is perfect, but there's people out there that love us and life goes on. You know what I mean? Like people get older, times, things change, and you don't want to miss opportunities in time. Because man, when I got sober, I was like, man, where all those years went. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man. And so the time is now, you know. Uh or we can, tie you up and leave you in the woods for about 6 months. You know what I mean? You stay sober then. No, I'm joking. I'm
They're
joking.
gonna go find like mushrooms or something.
No, I mean you gotta try something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because obviously, if you can't stay sober and you keep getting in trouble, you keep relapsing, you keep losing all these blessings, uh, you got to try something different. You know, and so I say try something different. You know,
Yeah.
but for me, volunteering, doing stuff for free, that was a game changer in my life. You know, uh, you know, serving in recovery, serving in church. Go to every event that you hear about that's positive.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Every single event. Who is? I hope that helps. Who? What your home group? What's your home group meeting?
I currently don't have a home group, but I try to attend,
Well, you're
AA and
in
NA.
a committee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe we meet on Fridays. I believe it's the last Friday of the month, right
Okay.
before the Friday meeting.
Right. Yep. Uh, my last home group was the Straight Pepper Diet men's meeting on Thursday nights
Mm.
across from the YMCA. But most of the meetings that I've gone to lately, having a family life at night and doing all types of stuff. I go to Serenity Place in Cap City.
Mm.
Um, there's always meetings there every day, a couple times a day. So I go to Serenity Place in Cap City a lot. You know, so Shania, that is our answer to that. And the sound of faith says, "Don't be taking that 13th step. Never works. Just joking or something. Just saying. We love y'all though." Yeah. So we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, the relationships.
Yeah. You know what I mean? An old man told me once. He said, "You're doing great. Going to meetings. You're serving. Um, you're doing great. But stay away from these recovery girls." He said, "Because they're nuts." He said, "Get you a nice church girl." but uh, but yeah, I think you're doing great, brother. You know what I mean? Uh, thankful for you and your friendship. Okay. Ryan Dearest, he says, Crawfish Daddies United is your new home group. Put that on a cracker, dude. Amen. Yeah, it's the weekend, baby. Crawfish Daddies United. Yeah, that's it. I remember Ryan was working at a bank, and I had boiled some crawfish, and I brought him a grocery bag full of them in the bank. I walked up in there. They started surrounding me like I was a robber or something. I come here in Cajun peace. uh, Cassandra Faith says, AANA, Wellbriety, or whatever's good. Just find it, your journey, and everyone. Yes, ma'am. That is a true fact. You got any shout outs?
Um, Not in particular, no.
Okay. Shout out time for a second.
Yeah, time for second.
Uh,
Treatment court.
uh,
My mom,
Anybody that's in your life,
my friends.
your housemates,
Yeah.
your co-workers.
No.
Yep.
Work is work. Try and keep my work life and my home life separate, but sometimes they entangle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it straight from the man T. What's 6 months, just over 6 months of sobriety from uh Bismarck, North Dakota, and he is a resident at Tied for Second Sober Living right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and always showing love to Sober Talk. Make sure you follow the YouTube page. Just hit subscribe. It's free. Uh, like the videos, view the videos. A lot of events coming up soon. The wedding is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, the wedding is gonna be here. So me and my family, we have been really busy with that. A lot of family coming in. Uh, if you can make it, and you're in Bismarck, and you know who we are, come on down to Evangel Church at 4:30 on August 2nd, and then the reception will be at the Hub, HUB Sober Community Center right here in South Bismarck. Come celebrate with us. If you can't make it, we will have you there in spirit, and it's going to be a great time. A lot of great things going on in the community. Shout out to New Freedom Center and Time for Second Sober Living for giving me a beautiful blessing of a studio and sponsoring Sober Talk and been sponsoring Sober Talk. I'm also alumni of New Freedom Center. They have some great things happening in the works. They got a new treatment facility that's going to be opening. So stay tuned to hear more about that. It's going to be a phenomenon, historical moment. Shout out to all the peer support specialists in the land that are out there, you know, with a caseload, helping people find resources and different avenues. Um, the District 7 AA campout is coming up third weekend of August at Eagles Park, right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Hope's Landing Sober Living in Dickinson, North Dakota. They have their annual 5K sober run. I will be set up there to support them in September. The I believe it's the first weekend, September 6th, I want to say something like that. But just stay tuned. Shout out to Hip Hop and Hope. We just did two events. Well, we did an event at the Walls NDSP on Thursday, and one at the farm, MRCC yesterday. CrossFit Change Games. Shout out to Travis Gatsky, uh, Evangel Church, all the people, Michael Bloom, all the team that were there, CrossFit Fargo, Big Muddy volunteers that came from CrossFit to help. It was a great opportunity to do those events. But yeah, check out Hip Hop and Hope, man. Some great things that we get to do, and tell them that their lives ain't over with yet, and God is not done with them. Uh, but shout out to J Dobo, the leader spice in the land. He's in Montana at the Mexican Festival. Uh, if you need some J Dobo, you can go to jdobo.com, and he's got all kind of spices and flavors. The best spice in the land. So shout out to J Dobo, my brother. And shout out to Maya's Mission out of Carrington, North Dakota. I believe Maya's Mission is set up at the North Dakota State Fair. The State Fair is going on. And look for the billboard in Minot. Maya's Mission is all about a young lady's name was Maya, and she overdosed on fentanyl. And it's a mission to continue to fight against uh, that evil drug that is taking so many young people's lives, old people's lives, lives of family members. Um, and check out the billboard that's in Minot that Myers Mission just put up about some people from Minot area that children have overdosed and died, and families that are suffering from that. So if you're going to the North Dakota State Fair, look for Myers Mission. Shout out to the Ridge Treatment Center, Reentry, Peer Support in Fargo, North Dakota. They are doing great things. So look them up. The Ridge Treatment Centers and peer supports. If you're looking to be a peer support, or if you're looking for programs, contact the Ridge in the Fargo area. Also, shout out to the F5 project. You know what I mean? They always got a lot of things going on in the community. Shout out to the United Way of Dickinson, my man Dakota Gant. Shout out to Serenity Bridge, Sober Living, CJ and Lane. I believe they have two houses here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Shout out to Hope Manor. I'm Hope Manor alumni. Um, that's my people. That's where I was saved, and I'm forever grateful for them. They have some uh, great opportunities coming up. And if you never heard of the Spiritist Institute, the annual spiritual retreat in the magical Black Hills of South Dakota is happening Labor Day weekend. You can sign up, look online, or you can stop at the hub and sign up. I think it's $300 for the whole weekend. That's your food, your lodging, and all the events. This is the last year of this retreat. So check it out. It's a great time. I've been every year. The beautiful black magical hills of South Dakota. It's great. It's a really great time. Shout out to Preferred Heating and Air right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Shout out to Resurrection Tattoo, where you get hooked up and not effed up. And if you happen to be at the Sturgis annual bike rally in Sturgis, South Dakota this year, you can stop by the Steel Pony, I think it is Steel Pony campground, and you can get a tattoo from Resurrection Tattoo, or you can get some tattoo supplies. They also do sell all the state of the art tattoo supplies, but his shop is right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Um, and if you're looking to get hooked up and not effed up, go see my man George. Also, shout out to the Treasure Sea and Earth, some great ladies that run that place. You can check them out. The House of Fame, you can go see Josue, the Puerto Rican barber, and you can get hooked up. You know what I mean? But make sure you get on the waiting list. If you look them up online, there's a link you can click on and you can get on the waiting list. So and they'll tell you when it's time for you to get your haircut. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mr. Hanson's Menwear right here in Bismarck, North Dakota. He did bless me with some my tux, my ivory tux that I'm going to be wearing on August 2nd from head to toe. But go check out Mr. Hanson's uh, men wear for any occasion, you know. And my heart especially goes out to all the families that have lost someone from this addiction, disease, from suicide, from everything that is out here destroying um, our family members and our friends. You know, so if anybody needs any resources, feel free to reach out. You know, uh, if I don't have the answer, I can point you to someone that does. And there's so many resources and so many things that you can get help from, or if you have any questions, or if you have any events. I do speaking events, keynote speaking. You can message me, email me, reach out to me. We can talk about it. If anybody wants to be a guest on the show, reach out to us. Or if anybody wants to sponsor or donate to the show, also reach out to us. Or if we can help in any kind of way, let us know. But August 8th, Friday, August 8th, I will have, drumroll, I will have North Dakota's own from Minot, North Dakota, Dakota Faye. Uh, he's a #1 artist coming out and blowing up, coming out of North Dakota right now, and he promotes sobriety, and he's right from Minot, North Dakota. He will be my special guest on August 8th. So stay tuned. You can watch it on Facebook right here on the page, or you can watch it on YouTube. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope everybody stays prayed up and blessed. And if you can't stay sober, catch your Uber. And in the words of my great grand sponsor, Jack Height, if nobody told you yet, we love you, baby. Peace and chicken grease. My man, Tatum, with 6 months of sobriety, tied for second, man. If you see this man out there, give him a hug and tell him keep doing what he's doing. I hope everybody stays blessed and has a great rest of their weekend. And we'll see you next week. We love you, baby.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend.